So let's use our calculator to figure out how to find the limit of x squared minus x divided by x. So I'm going over here to my calculator, and I'm going to enter in the expression into my y equals. So when you're working with a rational function, that is a function fraction, a polynomial divided by a polynomial, be really careful and use your parentheses. So I always put my numerator in parentheses and my denominator in parentheses. So my numerator is x squared minus x, close parentheses, and I'm dividing that by, well, I'll use a parentheses even though I don't have to for the x, divided by x. And I'm going to take a look and see what it looks like on the graph. So I'm going to go zoom 6, which starts me off with a 10 by 10 graph. Oh, wow. It looks like a straight line. Does that make sense that it would look like a straight line? Well, let's come back to that issue. Let's still use the calculator to find the limit as x approaches 0. I can't really tell from the graph what the limit might be. You know, it's a pixel. The limit might be, well, certainly as x approaches 0, I can see that this should be undefined because I have a denominator here and I can't have 0 as a denominator. But I can't really see it on the picture, so I'm going to look at a table. So to get to the table, first I'm going to go second table set. That's above the window button. And since I'm looking for the limit as x approaches 0, I want to start my table at 0. And the delta table, the little delta table, that tells me the increment size that I want to go away from my starting point. And I will generally start with 0.01. It seems to be pretty close. So I started it with 0.01, and now I'm going to go second, and above graph it says table, and there's my table. You can see that it starts at the number 0, and there's an error there, which makes total sense, because as x is equal to 0, I have a denominator equal to 0. Well, let's go up a little bit, and I see that if I'm approaching 0 from the negative side, my numbers are getting very low, but very close to -1. And if I'm approaching 0 from the positive side, my numbers are also getting very close to -1. So I would say it's a pretty safe bet that my answer to this is -1. And using my calculator, I would put that down. But let's just talk for a second as to why that might be the case. And if I look at the expression x squared minus x divided by x, I can see I could change that to x times x minus 1 divided by x. These x's here would cancel out. So really, the core of this function here, to use a non-mathematical term, is x minus 1, which also explains why the function looks like a straight line. And right there at x approaching -1, at x approaching 0, I'm guessing there's a hole, but we really just can't see it because of the graphic capability of the calculator.